And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm about to sleep in a fucking trap house.
Yeah, you know my name, but you don't know my story. Had so many adventures on this road to glory. Good stories, long stories, short stories. War stories, joke stories, tour stories.
Okay, so I put out an album around, I think it was 2014. My album came out, Private Moments in Public. And kind of like after that, I was looking to get some more shows and really just kind of tour the album and, you know what I mean, let people know, let people hear it. So what I've done is I figured out like the UK, I've kind of done everywhere in the UK. I need to do more European shows. And at the time, I didn't have an agent. So I was booking shows myself. So one of the things that I did was I would just watch where other acts would go, see where they would perform, and holler at the promoters and be like, yo, you just booked so and so. I make the same kind of music. Is it possible to get a booking? So one of the places I saw was a club in France. I think it was in Clermont-Ferrand. Yeah, my accent. So this place was called 63 Wax Party. Sick venue, like loads of acts had gone there and done their thing. So I contacted them and was like, yo, I rap, here's my album link, can I come and do a show? And they hit me back like, all right, cool, come down. One of the things they said, they were like, yeah, we can pay for your flight, but as far as like your show money, what we'll do, we'll give you half of whatever we get on the door. And so to me, I was just like, okay, cool. They're gonna pay for my flight and accommodation. So I was like, okay, cool. No biggie. That's cool. At least even if we don't make it any money on the door, at least I'll get out there and I can sell CDs anyway. So once I'm out there, I can sell albums, I can sell T-shirts, sell merch. I'll be good. We get to the venue and I'm with my wife. So it's me and Corinne. We get there and the club is like, I guess, kind of like a typical what we would have over here, like where we do art, like hip hop events. They're kind of grimy, kind of dingy, and this was a bit more. You know what I mean? This was a grimy looking club, but it's always the grimy clubs that have the vibe in it. So I ain't really thinking nothing of it. I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. So the promoter then says, I'll show you where you're staying, because we were going to be staying at the club. So at this point, I'm still thinking, okay, cool. I'm guessing upstairs is going to be different than downstairs. So he takes us upstairs, and it's still kind of like, it's still kind of grimy, man. It's still kind of, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So we get upstairs. Now, I need to let you lot know as well. If you know me and you know about how I am, I don't mind mess. I can deal with mess all day, but I don't like dirt in it. I've got like a weird phobia of when I feel like things aren't clean. That's just me, right? So anyway, he's kind of showing us like there's other people staying at this place, so they're staying upstairs as well, but they live here. And I'm trying to, like, the only vibe I could really give it is kind of like a squat kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But I'm sure, I didn't see inside anyone else's rooms, so I'm sure everyone else's rooms were nice, you know what I mean? And, but the room we were staying in, we've gone up and he's like, yo, this is the room you're staying in. He's opened the door. I've looked in. I'm like, we're about to sleep in a trap house. Like, and I've looked at my wife, she looked at me and we're just like, oh shit. I like, it's funny, yeah, because like nowadays it would never be an issue. It'd be like, I'm not staying there, I'm gonna go get a hotel. But I was broke then. Like I didn't have any money. We didn't have any money, so it was like it's this or nothing. Like there was like a mattress on the floor. The windows were like boarded up, like corrugated iron or bars over the windows. There was graffiti all over the wall. There was no wallpaper or nothing. It was just like paint, chip paint, graffiti everywhere. And it was freezing as well. And they had like this little heater that didn't really work properly. Like it was nuts. So yeah, so we've seen the room and been like, all right, cool. Let's it's getting close to club time, opening time anyway. So we're just gonna go downstairs and see what the vibe is. So gone downstairs. Now remember, yeah, I'm only getting half of what's on the door. So that's the pay I'm getting. So we've gone downstairs and the club is not packed. Now, bearing in mind, yeah, I'm not, especially at this time, I am not the biggest artist. So I didn't expect to go to France and have the place ram out. But, you know what I mean? I was expecting a few more because I've done shows in Switzerland, Czech Republic, Spain, Latvia, and, you know what I mean? Had decent turnouts. So I was hoping that this would be a similar kind of thing. Apparently not. It's kind of dead. Is what it is. All right, no problem. So what we're gonna do, me and Corinne decide we're just gonna go for a walk and we'll come back just before it's my time to go on. So we've walked around for a little bit, kind of seen the area, and then getting close to around midnight-ish, it's about to be my set. We start walking back. And as we're walking back, I'm like, wait, is that the club over there? Was it down there? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I noticed that there's like a queue outside. So I'm like, oh, okay. There's a queue outside, which means, you know what I mean? That's good. That's cool. That's good. That's not too bad. Then, and I'm thinking, you know what they do in the clubs where like they'll have the queue outside, but there's really no one inside, but the queue outside to make it look like there's people inside. Cool. That there was a big enough queue for me to be like, all right, at least I'm not gonna be rapping to myself. We get there, get to the actual building, walk inside. The place is ram. I'm like, what? Like, what the hell? And then I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is just like it's just a popping night. People just come here anyway, and it's a banging night. 63 Wax Party have a really good reputation. Like, they throw some good jams in it. They throw a good rave. So there's people gonna be there anyway. I didn't really know that at the time, but then I'm thinking, maybe this is just what they do anyway. But I don't care. There's people here to see me, or there's gonna be people there to watch me, even if they're not there for me. That's all good. Now, most people in this club, people are coming up to me and they're trying to talk to me, but they don't speak English. I don't speak French, so we're kind of stuck in a. But you know what I mean? It's cool. Bless. Thank you. Nice. Love. Boom. 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 I get on stage and start rapping, and guys are like rapping along to my songs. They're rapping along to the lyrics, and I'm just like, this is nuts. We're playing songs and they're like reacting like this is their favorite song. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, people out here in the middle of France actually know my music. And it's so funny because it started off as like a real, I don't know if this is going to be a good night, to literally one of the best nights I've ever had performing in another country. And it's mad because I ended up making more money from that show than I'd ever made up until that point at any show. I will say this though, when we went to bed, we did sleep in our clothes. Because I was like, those covers, I don't know when the covers have been washed. I don't know who was in them before. I don't know who's going to be there after. But I just know I'm not touching them. So we sat there, like me and Corinne, had our coats on, yeah, like sleeping in our clothes and our coats. And was like, nah, I ain't touching none of that. But yeah, man, like, big up 63 Wax Party, because when we woke up in the morning, went to the communal area, they had the kitchen, they were cooking, they were like mad hospitable. It was a good vibe. They proper looked after us, and it was mad appreciated. And to this day, one of my favorite shows ever, one of my favorite experiences being out the country and doing music. And not just because of the money, but the vibes, everything about it was just cold, man. They looked after us. It was amazing. So yeah, big up to the people of Clermont-Ferrand. Big up people of France. Like, yeah, man, it was love.